It's almost hard to imagine a time when Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa weren't one of America's most beloved couples. For over 2 decades, they've been the very definition of chemistry, both on and off screen. From their early days on All My Children to raising a family together and co-hosting a morning show that millions tuned into, Mark and Kelly seem to have cracked the code to lasting love in Hollywood. They weren't just partners, they were teammates, confidants, and each other's greatest supporters. Fans often said that watching them together felt like watching the best kind of love story, one that aged gracefully, full of laughter, teasing, and quiet understanding. But as beautiful as their life appeared on the surface, insiders now suggest that things behind the scenes haven't been as perfect as they seemed. According to multiple reports, tension has been quietly growing in the Consuelos-Ripa household for quite some time. It began subtly, a missed dinner here, a canceled weekend there, the kind of things every couple experiences. But over time, those small moments began to pile up, creating emotional distance that even their on-screen charm couldn't hide. For Kelly, life has always been about balance, juggling motherhood, a demanding television schedule, and managing the many moving parts of her and Mark's public life. Friends say she has always been the glue that held everything together, but that glue, it seems, had begun to crack under pressure. Mark, meanwhile, found himself pulled in multiple directions, from acting projects and production work to maintaining his new role alongside Kelly on Live. Insiders say the shift from being apart for much of their careers to suddenly sharing not only a marriage, but also a daily television stage brought unexpected challenges. At first, the novelty of working together was exciting. Their banter, their inside jokes, it felt authentic, familiar, and deeply comforting to their fans. But as the months went on, sources say the line between their personal and professional lives began to blur. Every conversation became part of the show. There wasn't much left that was just theirs. Kelly, known for her quick wit and grace, reportedly began feeling emotionally drained. While Mark often came across as the steady, grounding presence on screen, those close to him claim he struggled privately with the pressure of public scrutiny. Every disagreement, every off moment risked becoming tabloid fodder. The breaking point, some say, came earlier this year. Kelly had been planning a quiet getaway, a chance for the two of them to reconnect away from the spotlight. But at the last moment, Mark was said to have canceled, citing professional obligations. For Kelly, who had already been feeling the weight of their growing distance, it was reportedly the moment she realized just how far apart they'd drifted. She looked heartbroken, a close friend shared. Kelly had spent years being the one who adjusted, who made things work. But this time, she seemed tired of trying to keep everything perfect. In the days that followed, insiders say Kelly became unusually quiet on set. Her energy, normally radiant and magnetic, appeared dimmer. Fans began noticing, too. Viewers wrote online that she seemed off, more subdued than usual. At the same time, Mark appeared equally distant, even somber in several public appearances. Then came the reports, unconfirmed but persistent, that the couple had quietly begun spending time apart. According to one source close to the family, Kelly moved into a separate wing of their Manhattan townhouse for a short period, focusing on herself and their children. It wasn't about anger, the source explained. It was about space, about breathing. Mark, on the other hand, was said to be deeply affected by the separation. Friends describe him as a man filled with regret and reflection, replaying the moments he may have taken for granted. Mark has always loved Kelly deeply, one longtime acquaintance shared, but sometimes love alone isn't enough when two people stop hearing each other. He's realizing now how much she shouldered and how much he didn't say when it mattered. While Mark has remained mostly private, those close to him say he's been struggling with guilt and confusion, unsure how to fix something that once seemed unbreakable. He's not angry, another source said softly. He's heartbroken. He knows Kelly deserves peace, but he's also terrified of losing her completely. Kelly, meanwhile, has handled the situation with the same poise that has defined her entire career. Rather than engaging with the speculation, she's chosen silence, focusing on her work, her fitness, and her family. Those who know her best describe her as grace under fire, a woman quietly navigating heartbreak while refusing to let it define her. She's resilient, a close friend told reporters. Kelly's been through storms before, but this one feels different because it's not about career or reputation, it's about the person she's loved for most of her life. Despite the emotional distance, neither Mark nor Kelly has made any formal statements about a separation, and perhaps that's what makes their story so poignant. It's unfolding not through headlines, but through silences, through glances, through what's left unsaid. In recent weeks, paparazzi have captured Mark out alone in New York City, looking casual, unshaven, and unusually withdrawn. Gone is the broad, confident smile that fans have come to know. Instead, those who've seen him describe a man deep in thought. One insider said, "He keeps looking at old photos of the two of them, the early days, when they were young and unstoppable. I think he's realizing how rare what they had truly was." Kelly, on the other hand, has been spotted with friends and her children, her trademark smile still intact, although some say there's a quiet sadness behind it. She's keeping it together for everyone else, but behind closed doors, she's grieving what's been lost, or maybe what's changing. This story, whether it ends in heartbreak or healing, is a powerful reminder that no couple, no matter how picture-perfect, is immune to life's pressures. Love, even the deepest kind, requires renewal. Mark and Kelly's journey is one that many long-married couples understand all too well, that after decades together, it's not grand gestures that sustain love, it's attention, patience, and presence. And sometimes, when those things fade, even the strongest partnerships can falter. Still, friends close to them hold on to hope. They've weathered so much together: fame, family, change. If any couple can find their way back, it's them. But they'll have to choose each other again, not for the cameras, but for themselves. As the world watches, one thing remains clear. Beneath the headlines, beneath the speculation, are two people who have built a life together filled with laughter, children, and memories, and who now stand at a crossroads, deciding to rebuild or let go. Whether this chapter ends in heartbreak or healing, Mark and Kelly Ripa's story is a deeply human one, a story about love, loss, and the courage it takes to face the truth when the spotlight fades. What do you think? Can love like theirs survive the strain of time, fame, and change? Or is this the moment when two hearts simply grow in different directions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the stories that remind us all how fragile and how beautiful love can be.